In the article Unpacking Word Problems for Diverse Learners, A Guide to Using Schemas by Elizabeth Stevens and Sarah Powell, they discuss the idea of schema instruction when solving word problems. Schema instruction breaks the word problem down and gives students a schematic way to work through word problems. Throughout the article, they give three schemas involved with the word problem. They classify them as combine, compare, and change, and give detailed examples of how to break them apart and to solve accordingly. The first quote I chose was students must approach word problems flexibly. There are various problem types and no one size fits all strategy. I feel as though this is a very important concept in all types of math, especially when it comes to word problems. Students need to be flexible with their interpretation since there is no direct symbol to tell them what to do. They must figure it out for themselves. The second quote I chose was, instead, students should grow accustomed to finding the missing information in different places, thereby engaging in critical thinking about the story context each time they approach a new problem. I found this to be extremely important when reading this article. Word problems can be extremely tricky to a student because they have to know what to find in the problem and what to omit that is not useful information to solve it. If they do not become accustomed to finding the missing information in different places, they will end up thinking that what they need to find will always be in the same spot of a word problem. This thought process can be very detrimental to a child learning and understanding the word problems that are given. Lastly, the third quote I chose was, asking students to explain their thinking requires them to provide evidence or support for their math decision making. Making students explain their reasoning behind why they solved a problem a certain way makes them use their critical thinking skills. This also will cause them to pay more attention to what they are doing while solving the problem, so they can explain all steps along the way. This also gives them a way to express the way they think, which can help teachers know exactly what they need to work on with that child. Overall, I found this article to be very interesting in their approaches. When I was growing up, I don't really remember ever specifically addressing word problems in these categories, but I know it would have been helpful. I believe that this will also help me a lot when teaching these problems to a special education classroom and teaching all the steps along the way as they discussed. Teaching word problems can be a terrible task, but this article makes it bearable and gives simple ways to break them all apart.